Hello, hello.
This is Global Link. You have a prepaid call from
Erickson.
an incarcerated individual at the Pleasant Valley
Hello,
State
Matt.
Prison, Coalinga, California. This
Hi,
call and
Georgia.
your telephone number will be monitored and recorded. You have a prepaid
How does the
call.
mic
You
sound,
will not be
everyone?
charged for this call. Thank you for using Global Link.
Hey, Keith. Hey, Keith.
I called the right phone?
You called the right phone.
Okay.
I'm sorry I had to switch it because you're the only one who has my husband's phone number. I don't give that out. Because
Okay.
this is his number. Yeah, so you did a great job. They loved it.
Right on.
That was
Yeah,
great.
That was fun.
Yes, good job, Keith.
Is Tommy with us tonight?
Let's see. I don't see him yet.
All right.
Is Tommy here?
Yeah, I think Vanessa said she was sick.
I see her in the chat. Vanessa's already here. She's in the chat. She wasn't feeling well, but she's here in the chat.
Okay.
I think Tommy should be here. So,
I didn't even know if
what's that?
Robert was going to call or not. I haven't been able to see him because of the no program.
He said he was supposed to, wasn't he? He did mention he would. I shared the, I'm not sure if he's gonna. He didn't answer, but I wasn't sure. Oh, you didn't have the program. That's right.
Yeah.
I haven't heard back from him. We do have Scott calling in. He said he would be calling in when he gets a chance.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
I did speak to him. He said that I'm going into an inside circle group in a bit. That was it an hour ago. I'll be calling in as soon as the count clears. I don't know what that means. Hey, Vanessa.
Oh, okay. I think it's at 5. Usually 5 o'clock count is, he's in another prison too,
Yes, he's in another prison. Yes.
Oh, okay.
So it's, let me see. I didn't hear back from Robert, but I did share. Yeah, I haven't heard back from him. I even wrote to him over the weekend and didn't hear anything back.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't think he's got a family visit or anything. He might be on a family visit. You know what?
Oh, I wonder.
I don't know. I haven't seen it. That's it.
And let me make sure. I'm sure Tommy knows. Let me see. You know what then? Until we find out, I can do this. Get this phone. Unless I get a call, I could go live on my other account. But I think Tommy knows I did share it out with him. You sent a link. Okay. Yeah, I did share out the link with everybody.
Okay.
Yeah, I did share it out. Thank you. That went really well. And you know what? The last minute, Keith, I didn't know this. Last minute, Allie went live on TikTok doing the podcast.
Really?
If I would have known, we could have invited people, but she decided, and which was great. Yeah, she went live.
Yeah.
She went live on TikTok. They said Tommy was in there, I think. I think Tommy joined.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Tommy listened to the
Yeah.
podcast. Yep.
What is the difference with TikTok? It's live and the podcast is not live?
So the podcast is pre-recorded. So that's pre-recorded.
Oh, okay,
That's
okay.
usually just the three of us. Me,
Yeah.
you, and then 1 second. And the editor was there. So that's usually the three of us. So that'll air next week. But then
Okay.
TikTok, we're actually live now. So, but she did go live and people were able to see us. Now, when I was on with her, nobody saw that interview. They saw it now. They saw it.
okay,
They saw it
okay.
on Thursday. They actually they saw it
Yeah.
on Thursday. Yeah. So it was pretty neat. I did send I send mine over to Jamie today.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Because it's like a little over an hour.
Yeah, she's
So
been on
I
the
can't send it to you because it's too long.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Jamie has it.
Okay.
Yeah. So how's everyone
Yeah,
doing?
she's been on the move so
I
she's
know.
been on the move all day, so
I know.
she's been on the move all day.
I'm sure. Is anyone in the chat that is joining us tonight? Did we share this to Tommy again? Let me see. I don't know why it disconnected me. Hi, Lisa. How's everyone doing tonight? Everyone, we have we have a phone call. This might be Scott.
Yeah.
This is Global Link. You have a prepaid call from
Scott Grizzle.
an incarcerated
Yeah, this is
individual
Scott.
at the Sierra Conservation Center, Jamestown, California. This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded. You have a prepaid call. You will not be charged for this call. To accept this call, say or do. Thank you for using Global Link.
Hey, Scott.
Hi, Mark.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. Still back.
Yeah. Oh, you're good. You're good. I have Keith on the other phone here.
How you doing, Scott? Okay.
Yeah. He heard of you. He heard of Keith.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Your day's going okay?
Where's Tommy at?
I don't know. I don't see Lauren. Is Tommy in the chat or no? I don't see him yet. I don't know if Lauren sees him. Have you heard from Tommy, Scott? No, he's not in the chat yet.
I have not. Oh, okay. No, I have not.
Okay. They said they send him the invite, but he's not here yet. Yeah, he's usually here. I know he said he would be traveling, but he said he was going to be here. He did say that. Also, he was on the he was watching the podcast because she did decide to put it, she did decide to go live, but he was driving from Sacramento, they said. Okay.
From work.
Yeah, probably.
This call and your telephone number will be
Yeah,
monitored and
Vanessa's
recorded.
not feeling good, she said, but she's in the chat.
Yeah, she reached out. I reached out to her today. She said she wasn't sure. Then she said, I think she said Junior or somebody was supposed to maybe get on too. I'm not sure.
Yeah, Junior said he would be here tonight. I also invited Todd. I sent an invite to Todd.
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah, I did send him an invite.
I think he left from, he was at Jamestown when he left. He left over there. I think he was at Jamestown a couple of years ago. When he
Oh,
left Todd White. Yeah. Talking about Todd White?
yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
you know Todd?
Man, I haven't heard, yeah.
Oh, Todd was on here 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, he was on here a couple weeks ago. I've known him for a long time.
Yeah, no, I haven't talked to him. I think maybe I talked to him one time when he got out, but I know there's a couple other people here that talked to him.
Oh.
Seems like he's doing good.
Scott, is there any way you could speak up? They said it's hard to hear you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
So,
there you go. Okay.
Oh yeah, there you go.
How is he? How's Todd doing?
He's doing good. He's doing better. I know he had a relapse when he got out. I guess because his wife or girlfriend lives in Tahoe or something. So because of parole, he can't go out there yet. But he's working and all that. He just had a reality check. He needed to. He thought he was strong enough to go around people that he used to go around, and kind of had a backslide. So he had to check himself, and he's doing better now. He's just working, staying busy. But he was on here. He was on here a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, he was on here the first night. But I remember he said he left Jamestown. That's where he paroled from. So I knew he was over there.
He was my buddy, man. He was here.
Hey, everybody.
In the pump program.
Tommy's here.
Yeah.
I'm driving, so you're not going to see me.
Tommy's here.
Oh, okay.
I have Scott here with me too.
Tommy. You know what?
What's that?
Tommy's supposed to be waiting on us.
Tommy's supposed to be waiting on us. Hey, Josh.
Yeah, Tommy's supposed to be waiting on us.
Hey, Tommy. I heard you were watching that podcast we did.
I was on there. I was answering questions for people.
Oh, okay.
Is he there?
Yeah, he was there.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Allie. So Allie's in the chat show. Attorney Allie's here.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't know till a little bit before before we went on the podcast that she was going live. I thought that was great. And then Matt called me right after and said Tommy was in the chat. I was like, "Are you kidding me?"
Oh, okay.
So Allie, Tommy's the one I suggest we have on too. We'll have him on one of these days. We're going to interview you, Tommy.
He can be,
I think you're a good one. I met Tommy through Keith.
I'll dance a jig.
Oh, he's pretty awesome. He's pretty awesome. He's driving
Did you tell
again.
Scott how we do the phone things, Marge?
What's
How
that?
we hang up and then
Yeah. So
we get started. Did you tell him?
yeah, so we're going to get started, Scott. So know what we do? At this point, you and Keith are going to hang up together. So when you call back, it'll be at the same time. So I don't have to answer the phones at, different times.
Okay.
I think I explained that.
Then when
Yeah.
we come
So
back, then when we come back, we'll kind of recap what we did last week, and then we'll since Tommy brought Scott in, obviously I don't know him like Tommy does, so
Right.
we'll let Tommy open up with Scott. We'll just have him interview Scott, and then give Scott the opportunity to open up with the platform, the discussion about CGA, and then we'll go from there. Okay?
sounds good. All right, you can hang up and call back. All right, Scott. The Junior, I don't see Junior. Lauren is in the chat. Lauren, if you see Junior, and is there anyone else, Vanessa, we're looking for? If there's anyone else, no, not yet. So Lauren is pretty much handling letting everybody up here for me. Tommy Wick, all right. Tommy and Junior, okay?
This is Global Tel-Link. You have a prepaid call from
Keith Erickson.
An incarcerated individual last the Pleasant Valley State Prison, Coalinga, California. This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded. Conservation Center, Jamestown, California. Thank you for using Global Tel Link. Your number will be monitored and recorded. You have a prepaid call. You will not. Thank you for using Global Tel Link.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, they're both back. Okay.
Okay. You guys ready?
We're ready.
Okay. So, hello everybody. This is Keith Erickson from Pleasant Valley State Prison. We're going into the third week of the segment on CGA, Criminals Gangs Anonymous. Just a brief recap of the first week and the second week of our platform discussion. We did open up the first week with myself and Todd White and Tommy Trauber. We laid the foundation of what CGA is, and which is a grassroots organization, self-help that was started in prison, which actually, unknown to a lot of people in the community, it is something that's transcended out into the community where they actually have group meetings out there as well. So last week we did have the pleasure of inviting Vanessa Rojas, a sister that has formerly incarcerated as well, previous former lifer that is active in the community CGA, and myself and Tommy Trauber as well. We basically, continued the discussion of a few of the steps with the CGA. I think we got as far as step 2 or 3. Talked about, the addiction cycle of criminality, gangs, addiction, and then also some of the spiritual principles that are applicable and taught from the CGA format. So this week we're going to allow Tommy and Scott, which is a friend of his that he brought onto the platform. We're going to allow Tommy to open up with Scott and kind of give an intro, Scott, of your experience with CGA. Whatever else you feel like opening up with the discussion, please don't feel like it's restricted. All change, positive self-change is promoted on this platform. With that said, I'm going to turn it over. And of course, we have my awesome co-host, MargeC. She's actually the one running the show. Say hi to everybody, Marge.
Hi, everyone. How's everyone doing tonight? I hope everyone's doing well.
So now, whenever you're ready, Marge, you can turn it over to Tommy.
Okay, 1 second. Is Junior under Junior? Is that his name? Because Junior's here. We're just having trouble getting him up in the box.
Oh, yeah.
Is it under
sure
Junior? Because before it was Junior. I'm just trying to let him up, but his account is private. Oh, is that... Maybe that's why.
Okay.
If it's private... Let me... Oh, if it's private, we can't let him up.
One of the co-founders of
Let me see. Oh, wait. Here we go. I send an invite now.
Okay.
Let me see if that works.
Hopefully we have him in tonight because he is co-founder of CGA. So it'd be awesome having him up here to share a little bit of insight. Yeah, whenever you're ready, MargeC, you can let Tommy open up and introduce Scott and
Okay. So I did invite Junior. I send you an invite. I don't know if that worked. And Tommy, whenever you're ready, you can open up.
All right, everybody. My name's Tommy. Former lifer. Spent over 28 and a half years. Participant in CGA, but also a facilitator of CGA with my current occupation. Scott is known through me as through a friend of mine. I know Scott through another friend of mine, but Scott is somebody that I've been aware of for a while and who has made massive changes in his life, especially over the last 5 or 6 years, impressively so. So I wanted him to share, his experiences and stuff like that. Because I think it's important that it doesn't matter what stage of life you're in, that the opportunity for change is always there. And
I can hear you now.
So
Okay.
I'll introduce Scott. Scott, go ahead.
Is that Tommy?
That's Tommy.
Yeah.
Could you hear?
Yeah, I can hear him now. Yeah,
I
couldn't hear him before.
Oh,
Okay.
here we go.
Okay. Yeah, no, I couldn't hear anything, but I can hear you now.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
Oh,
okay.
I was introducing
Yeah, go ahead,
Scott. I
open
was
up,
saying
Tommy.
Scott is somebody.
Share a little bit about Scott. Like I said, we have no idea who he is.
All right, let me say, Scott is somebody I've been aware of for a long time. Scott is somebody who's made some massive changes in
Could
his
you
life
hear
in
him?
the last 5 or 6
Hello?
years.
Wait, they can't hear
Hello?
you for some reason.
I don't know why. I don't know what I'm doing wrong.
Yeah,
Um,
everything.
It sounds good on my end. I don't know why it's messing up.
You aren't hearing them.
I can hear you.
You're not. Do you hear him now? Tommy, say.
Can you hear me, Scott?
Hear
He can't hear. I can hear him. I can hear him, but I don't know if he can hear us.
Yeah, he could hear you. Could you hear him, Scott?
There you go.
I do hear everybody.
He
Yeah,
could hear
go
you.
ahead.
Go ahead.
I was saying that Scott is
Yeah,
somebody
put it
I've been
out,
aware of
Tommy.
for a long time, and then that he has made some massive changes in his life, especially over the last 5 or 6 years.
I can't tell exactly, but so you want me to like introduce myself or something? Is that,
No, can you hear Tommy?
I like he's cutting in and out. Like sometimes I can hear like really good, and then sometimes I can just hear like just garble.
Oh,
Well, go ahead and just go ahead and introduce yourself, Scott, to everybody.
yeah. Why
Just
don't
tell
you
us who
try,
you
Scott?
are. You know, what is your how you're familiar with CGA and all that stuff.
I'm not entirely sure.
Scott, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Okay. It's Scott. I've spent almost my entire adult life in prison. I was a criminal and gang member, and I am no longer either one of those things. I'm 54. I served 25 years on a life sentence that I caught while I was in prison. That I went to prison for at 19 with about 7 years. Was credit for the time I had and whatnot. And I turned that into a life sentence. And sort of miraculously, I got out of prison at 45. And because I was still in that lifestyle, I was not like change for me at that point was not a possibility. And so I stayed out there 7 months, and I came back to prison with another life sentence. And only then, did I begin to take a look at how some of my best decisions had hurt me and people that I loved the most in my life. And so I am still in the process of untangling myself from all that stuff. And in the context of this discussion, CGA played a big part in that. I watched people utilize various 12-step groups over the course of my life when they struggled with addictions to alcohol or drugs or gambling or whatever the case may be. But like when you're addicted to a lifestyle and everything about you is crooked and warped, like how do you really start to think about untangling yourself from that and straightening that out? And so CGA was one of the first groups that I was ever a part of. ARC at the time was coming in with their Hope and Redemption team at Corfin, and I remember so there's 5 guys. 2 of the guys that I remember most distinctly are Jacob and Adam, and they said something in the room, either in my first or the second group ever that I've been in my life, that really resonated with me. And these guys were lifers both of them are still on parole at the time. And they said, if you're sitting in this room...
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
If you're sitting in this room because you think I'm going to tell you how to get out of prison, you're in the wrong group. I'm gonna teach you what you need to stay out of prison when you get out. And when you get out, maybe a byproduct of that, but there are no shortcuts. And having, recently got out of prison and made a complete mess of things and, hurt all the people that I care about, that really resonated with me. And in all likelihood, I'm probably not going to get out of prison again. Who knows what's in God's plan, and hopefully I do. But whether or not I do, that started me on a journey of self-improvement and connection to just pro-social choices and behavior in my life. I don't know if that helps at all, but that's a little bit about my story. I guess I can tell you.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
I thought it'd be interesting, but
Yeah, I think. No, thank you, Scott,
Thank
for sharing. Marge, it takes me back to what I said earlier, Marge, about no matter what the future looks like, it's at the end of the day, it's me trying to get prison out of me before I eventually get out of prison.
Yeah.
And I think people out in the community, they don't understand that until they're in a place. I think for them, is we're trying to give them a glimpse into the way that our perception is today, as opposed to who we used to be. Because regardless of what the future looks like physically for us, through the CGA guides, the principles, like our thing is trying to break this cycle, this behavior, this mindset that we've carried on for so long, as a means of survival in this environment, as a means of adopting the ideologies of a criminal and a gang member, thinking that this is the only way of survival, which in fact, now that we're going through this transformation of change, who we are today is, it starts with the attitude. We now have this adopted attitude where we see that there is another way to live while incarcerated, regardless of what the future may look like. So, earlier today, myself and Marge were doing a podcast with Ali, and I had said that. I had talked about getting prison out of me, because even, as somebody who has gotten out of prison before, and I'm sure you can agree, Scott, that even though we were out of prison, we still had that mentality that we were in here. We still lived by those codes and those attitudes and beliefs that manifested from prison and this lifestyle. So regardless of whether we were out there, I myself still lived out there accordingly as if I am in here. And that's just, it's ironic that you said that, because I had just said that earlier today.
Right.
So yeah, thank you for Scott for sharing it. And I think what we're trying to do is just trying to show the community with this 3-week segment, how significant this 12-step program is, because it's not just a 12-step program, it's also a lifestyle change that, it's a cycle that we repeatedly go through, because we don't just work each step and go, okay, we're done. We go through the first 3 steps of the self-discovery, the transformations from steps 5 to 6, 7, and then, towards the end, we're doing the maintenance.
You have 60 seconds remaining.
That continued maintenance of that positive lifestyle changes. That's imperative that we continue. We go back to these steps and we revisit these steps, not just that one time as we go through them. So when we come back, we'll talk a little bit about a couple steps and open up a discussion. So we're going to have to call back right now.
Okay. You want to call right back, Scott? Yep, they're calling back. Yeah, Scott's on with me. We have Scott here. So we, I think the other Tommy got disconnected, and Vanessa's trying to help Junior get on. I could just send invites if you accept them. But how's everyone doing tonight? Here we go. Oh, I have Scott here that keeps calling
You have a
in.
prepaid call from
Scott's one of my guests.
an incarcerated individual at the Pleasant Valley State Prison, Colorinda, California. This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded. You have a prepaid call. You will not be charged for this call. To accept this call, send or dial. Thank you for using Global Tel Link. Thank you for using Global Tel Link.
Page. Here we go. We're back.
Scott. Okay. So Scott, are you currently in CGA right now?
Scott? Scott?
Yeah, is he on there, MargeC?
Yeah, I answered it to him. I don't know if he's having trouble connecting. Scott?
Oh, okay.
I don't know if he's having... Hello? Scott?
I hear you glitching. Hello? I'll just
Scott?
continue until... Okay, you're still... Okay. Scott, can you hear me? Hello?
Scott, can you hear us? Scott?
Yeah. Hello?
Oh, there you go. Can you hear us?
Yes.
Yeah, I
Okay,
can hear him now.
there you go. We hear you.
So, Scott, are you currently involved? Are you involved in CGA right now?
I am not.
Oh, okay. So what I'll do is I'm just going to kind of recap on. We're going to talk about step 3 tonight, which is we made a decision to let go of destructive self-will in exchange for spiritual principles, becoming willing to seek God's care and protection as we understand Him. Just going to recap on step 1. Step 1 is, of course, reviewing our past, admitting a lack of strength and control over our addiction to all forms of illegal activity, whether it's drugs, alcohol, or the gang lifestyle, criminal lifestyle. And then, of course, step 2 is become willing to believe that change is possible by learning a different way of living through suggestions from those who have trudged the path before us. So basically, coming into a CGA meeting, realizing that we're at rock bottom of our lives and realizing that this is chaotic. We need to change our lives, but also needing to see tangible proof in other people that, okay, these people right here were where I was right now. I need to be where they're at. I need to figure things out and get to where they're at. If they can do it, I can do it as well. And here we are into step 3, where we make that decision to let go of destructive self-will of wanting to control our own lives, and no matter how chaotic it is, just the willingness to let go and exchange those bad habits, attitudes, beliefs with things that are, good, that are spiritually good principles, moral codes to live by. And I think for me, that was a hard thing for me to do in prison, because even though I had known what good and bad is, at the same time I had relied on all these bad beliefs and behaviors and attitudes to get what I wanted in my own life. That self-will was a means of my self-preservation, my survival. So when I heard the term spiritual principles, even though it sounded good, and I could identify those in my head, to see myself actually doing those things, it was at this point of my life, as coming in as far as I have, and the things that I had done, it was hard for me to imagine that anybody could see me as being that, whether it's being kind, compassionate, generous, open-minded. It was hard for me to see that other people would accept me that way, so it felt foreign to me. So my question to you, Scott, is how easy was it for you in step 3 to start exchanging those good spiritual principles in place of all of the the bad habits, all these habits that we'd accumulated over all the years to get in the lifestyle that we've been in. Like how was that transformation, that change for you to start adding those things to your life?
That's a really good question, and it's probably more complicated than just like a line or two. But I will say that it's a work in process. I every day have to commit to. Well, the first thing is I had to understand, and I was ready to understand that because of the low point that I was at in my life, that my internal moral compass is fucked up. I believe through things that I've learned in CGA and just about human nature.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
I don't believe I was born that way, but the things that I accumulated in my formative years.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
Caused that to be the case. So my internal compass still to this day is fucked up, and I will twist things and take shortcuts, and so the first thing I had to do is I had to externalize my moral compass, and for me, I feel really fortunate in the fact that I immediately turned to God for help in that in my lowest point. I believe in my heart that I had a real experience with my Lord and Savior, and I was in a solitary confinement cell at the time, looking at the death penalty. But whether that was actually going to become a reality or not was a moot point. The reality was I was probably going to spend the rest of my life in a cell that I swore I would never return to, and so I was desperate and ripe for this encounter. And I had a little grounding in Catholicism as a child, so I turned immediately in my search for this external moral compass. I turned to the Bible, and not just the Bible on its own, because again, left to my own devices, I will pluck this or that out to confirm what I already want to believe, or to justify behaviors that are not healthy. So I reached out to it turned out to be a deacon. He started to come and see me every week, sometimes more than that. He arranged for a priest to come and hear my confession and provide me with, the sacrament of reconciliation on a regular basis. And then, so I spent a little over a year in the county jail, trying to figure this stuff out. And there was like a bit of a grace period where because I was so isolated, I didn't get in contact with anybody. But I knew as soon as I came back to prison, I was going to have to make a choice between this, acting like this was just a Band-Aid to get me through crisis in my life, or actually I was going to take this thing for serious and make some changes in my life. And as it turned out, and I can share that maybe if you're interested at a later date. But so as it turned out, I made that decision in a holding cell at the reception center in Chino, and within a month I was going through the DIP process and ultimately the THU at Corcoran. And I watched a lot of guys there that struggle really hard to replace a new paradigm with, or their old paradigm with the new paradigm, and couldn't do it, and couldn't do it, and couldn't do it. And I'm still trying to figure out what this new paradigm is. But right away, I understood that I needed God, and if it wasn't for Him, I would not have changed. I would not be who I am without His love and intersection in my life.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, I like that. And you know, whether you're a believer in God or whatever your belief, your higher power is, and I think, you know, I spoke about it last week and the week prior, was for a lot of guys coming in to those, you know, to CGA, you know, in that circle is, you know, they might have had a previous relationship with God or an awareness of God, but that lifestyle that we lived for so long, it also distanced you and jades you towards having a relationship with God as well, because, you know, you develop this attitude, like, you know, this conscience, like, am I not good enough? Like, can I sit in this group and say, hey, I believe in God, and, you know, I'm a Christian, or, you know, so, you know, that's one of the beauty of these steps is it teaches you to learn how to trust again, not just in yourself, but also in other people and your relationship with your higher power. So one thing about this step 3 that is significant is that self-will. You know, at the beginning, we made a decision to let go of destructive self-will. You know, that decision to let go, it's something that we revisit throughout all the course of these steps and in the transformation of our change, because the old us still wants to control. We still want to have that control. Whether your higher power is God, whether your higher power is Buddha, whether your higher power is your children, your wife, your family, your support network, whatever the case may be, we need to always be aware that we're always going to have that self-will. We're always going to have the self-will to make the choice. So it also takes, it's imperative to go back and understand that in step 1, you reviewed your past, you admitted a lack of strength and control over your addictions and the lifestyle that you were living. So that's what I mean about these steps, is having to go back to step 1. And you go a few steps ahead where you start going to moral inventory, and then you start admitting the nature of your wrongs to, you know, not just yourself, but to somebody, you know, that you trust, and then God. It doesn't mean that we're not going to go back to step 1, because you always have to be aware of that self-will. We're always going to have a choice. And I think for a lot of guys that do struggle, and as well as, you know, we're always a work in progress as well, like you said, Scott, and just having that discernment to where we know, like, hey, my self-will got me in this predicament in the first place. So by me holding on to old beliefs and old thoughts or ways of dealing with disputes and conflicts, whatever the case may be, it didn't get me nowhere. So I have to be able to entrust that with, you know, in your case, in my case, is higher powers, our God. You know, whatever protection, you know, you seek that higher power with.
Right.
So I think for me, you know, that spiritual principle part was, you know, and you talked about it, you've seen guys that were struggling because they didn't know how to replace the old paradigm with the new one that was like their moral compass, right? And I get that, because despite knowing right from wrong, you know, just being aware of it is not going to be enough. It's like you said, you had to put that plan into action. So my next question is for you is, you know, anybody with a relationship with God, you're still called upon to do the work necessary to maintain that relationship with God, right? To keep that balance. So for me, like, what are some of the things that you, knowing that you were aware and you were seeing all these guys struggle, what were you putting into practice to challenge old belief systems and old patterns to change that paradigm for yourself? Like, what are some of the things that you started to do?
Okay. First of all, let me just back up one step and say one of the things that I love about CGA is in CGA they talk about God being good, orderly direction. So I love how you talked about your higher power being whatever it is. It's not, like, for me, it's Jesus Christ. But I've witnessed higher powers in other people that were not that. They were just as objective in their lives. So I don't want to take no shine off of that.
You have 60 seconds remaining.
I really like that.
You have 60 seconds remaining.
Okay, call back,
And then,
Jeff.
Oh, he hung up. Call back. Junior, welcome.
Hey, thank you.
I'm
Can
so
you hear?
glad you're here.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah. Thank you. I'm still. I've been January the 13th will be 3 years I've been out, and I still have issues with this technology stuff. Vanessa helped. She was a big help, though.
She is. She's amazing. She wasn't giving up.
No,
She
she don't
wasn't
give up
giving
that
up.
easy. She doesn't give up that
We
easy.
were
We
texting. We were texting back here.
An incarcerated individual
Let me just grab these calls.
Coalinga, California. This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded. You have a prepaid call. Thank you for using Global Tail An Link. incarcerated individual at the Sierra Conservation Center, Jamestown, California. This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded. You have a prepaid call. Thank you for using Global Tail Link.
And real quick, Keith, I wanted to let you know, Junior joined us. Junior's up here with us.
Oh,
We
okay.
finally got him.
Oh,
He's up in
love it.
he's up in the chat.
Okay. Yeah, I want to have him. I want to have him come on here after Scotty.
After Scott finishes. Yep. Okay.
Okay, so to answer your question, and I'll just say this last thing about the higher power deal is, and this is true for me, and it's probably true for everybody, is all it has to be is something that is inherently good and is bigger than me. It has to be more important to me than me. Because when I was the most important person in the room, I'll justify doing anything that makes me happy, and just hooray for me and screw everybody else. So some of the things that I did that allowed me to hook into that are some of the things that I still do to this day, which is I cultivate a relationship with my higher power. So I spend time every single day. I begin my day in prayer, and but if you take God out of it, just in conversation with this idea of whatever it is that's more important than you are. So for me, that's God. I wake up. I spend a little time in prayer. I read a little scripture. I drink a cup of coffee. That allows me to start my day with some gratitude, and then I sit quietly for between 10 and 20 minutes, waiting for God to speak to me, because it's a conversation. It's a form of meditation. I wish I could tell you that I've actually heard God speak to me. And I would love to tell you that his voice sounds like James Earl Jones, but unfortunately, he does not speak to me in that fashion. He speaks to me through other people in my life throughout my day, I believe. But that's how I start my day. And when I find myself in situations where like I need to be reminded of what I'm using as a lodestone for my moral compass, I ask myself, like, is what I'm doing, if my God, sometimes I say my mama, if my mama was standing here, would she be proud of me, listening to me talk about this, or entertain this, or chase this thread? And if the answer is no, like, I'm no longer in this paradigm where what other people think matters to me so much that I'm willing to risk my life and the other lives of other people to uphold that reputation. I'll just walk away. I vote with my feet a lot.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So the third part of that this step 3 is becoming willing to seek God's care and protection. So for me, that part of the step was like, it was more than just becoming willing. It was actually like seeking out, like having confidence and trust, and that God would care and protect me in His way. And you just mentioned how God worked through other people, in order to show you things in your life. And I didn't see it then, but I began to understand it as time went by, not just my time within CGA, but throughout the transformation of my change. And like the lifestyle that we were living as criminals and gang members was, like you said, it's a selfish lifestyle. It's self-centered. You wake up thinking about your needs, your wants, the way that you want things. So for you to entrust that with somebody else, especially God, is, when you make that commitment, that decision to become willing to seek God's care and protection, that comes without a reservation. Like, that was the hardest thing to get past, was that letting go completely of that destructive self-will and saying, okay, well, I'm going to believe in God. I'm going to believe in whatever higher power it is that is getting me to get up every day, to at least become willing and try something new. Is my understanding of that God and that relationship is going to depend on me and how I nurture that relationship with God. And you had just said how you wake up, you share time in your scripture, reading God's word, and then, God speaking to you, whether it was through, other people or what have you. And
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
I can relate to that now, but in my infancy of that, I will admit that it was not always easy, because, again, that destructive self-will, not having reservations, was not something that just happened overnight. So I thank you, Scott, for sharing that. I can totally relate to that. And now, Marge, I would love nothing more but to allow Junior the opportunity to share with us as one of the co-founders of CGA. I haven't had the pleasure of physically meeting this man, but I've heard a lot about him over the years, and I would love for him to get on the platform and share a little bit about his journey with CGA, how it's transferred out into his lifestyle of, being formerly incarcerated, former criminal, former gang member, and now as somebody that's such a pillar of the community and a positive reinforcement to so many lives and positive changes out there in the
Call
community.
and your telephone
I'd
number
love to
will
have
be
him share
monitored and
with us.
recorded.
Absolutely. Junior's here with me. He's up here right now. So we can turn it over to you, Junior.
Hey, how's it going,
Welcome.
everybody? Hey, thanks for having me on
How you
this
doing, Junior?
platform. I'm doing good, thank you, and yourself.
Can you hear
What
us,
do you-
Marge?
Yeah. Could you hear Junior?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I can't hear him.
You can hear him?
You can't hear me?
Okay. No, I cannot hear him.
You cannot hear him.
Oh
I wonder
boy.
why.
I cannot hear
I
him
don't
You
know.
can't hear him. Wait a minute. Let me see why. You know what I'm going to try? I'm going to try to disconnect 1 second. I'm going to shut this.
None of them can hear me?
Let me shut this microphone. I'm going to shut this off.
Uh-oh.
All right. Junior, try talking now.
Can you guys hear me now?
Wait,
Oh, yeah, I can hear him.
could you hear him
Yeah,
now?
we can hear him now.
Go ahead.
him. Yeah.
Go for it now.
Yeah.
I'm going to try it without this. Go ahead.
All right. Hey, how's it going, guys? It's always a pleasure to know that there's people still carrying the message. It was a lot of work to get the CGA going. Just a little bit about our history, right? Richard Mexico, our founder. Well, everybody knows that it was founded in Mill Creek, March 11th, 1996. But 2 years prior to that, we were struggling, trying to figure out what kind of program can we design to help us. And when I say us, it's the gang member and or criminal. And so we were on the yard, up and on in the yard, in the buildings, and we used to gather on the weekends, Saturday and Sundays, be like about between 70, 80 of us in a circle. in front of the soccer nets. And we sit there, and Richard would be picking at our brains, and little did we know that he was heading towards getting a 12-step program. Well, he has his 12-step sponsor from AA, Scott, was over. He's out of I forgot what a different country. He was in another country, and he told Richard, "You have the answers, man. You got everything that all the knowledge you have and everything you've gone through." He says, "You have the answers you have the solution for what you're seeking." So he shared that with us, and little at a time. Then all of a sudden he comes out one morning and he tells us, "Hey, you know what? Let's form a 12-step program." And we were like, "Well, okay, let's go." We were going to NAAA, doing the same thing, the same program every week. And he was telling us, "Man, I'm not. I mean, I'm an alcoholic." That's what he said. He goes, "But there's more. There's something more to my problems too. There's more to it. It's not just the alcohol." And it's like something somebody sprinkled fairy dust on him or something, because he came out one day and he goes, "Hey," he goes, "do you guys believe that the lifestyle is an addiction?" And we were like looking at each other all dumbfounded, like, nah, you know what I mean? And he was like, "Well, check it out." And this is the amazing thing that took place, where all of us had goosebumps and we're like, "Wow, what the F?" All of us were saying that, right? And he goes, when you do a robbery, he goes, "How many robbers I got right here?" And there's quite a few there. And he goes, so when you get away with, say hypothetically speaking, you rob a 7-Eleven, you get away with it, and you drive down the street 3, 4, 5 miles down, and you see another 7-Eleven. Is it going to cross your mind that you can take that one off too? And everybody's like, "Yeah, you know what I mean?" And he goes, "Okay." So what we all know about the OCP, right? The obsession, the compulsion, and the progression. The obsession's a thought. The compulsion is acting upon the thought, and the progression, it gets worse. It worsens. So he said, so we have that screwed up thought in our head. I got away with this, but it's still in there. We want, the way we think, our addictive lifestyle, our screwed up way of thinking is that if I can get away with it once, I can get away with it twice. If I can get away with it twice, I get it three times, and so on and so forth, right? So and it spins out of control, right? And he goes, "Do you believe that's an addiction?" And then we start talking about the gangbanging, going to shooting and gangbanging, going from one neighborhood to another neighborhood, and thinking that we're all this and that. And then we're like, he was helping us connect the dots. And then all of a sudden we all like, "Man, hey, Rich, yeah, that the lifestyle is an addiction." And then he goes, "Okay, share it with me." So we all started talking, and next thing you know, he goes, "We're gonna form a 12-step program around our issues." And we're like, "Oh man, how's he gonna do this? How's he gonna pull this one off?" Right? So he wrote to the AA Road Service Board in New York, and asked permission for us to adopt the 12 steps, their 12 steps, into the program. Of course, we got their blessings, and there was 7 of us. We started talking, and we started, getting the material together and everything. And Richard did the proposal and submitted it to the administration, of course, because it said, no, of course, because we were all former gang members, and we're criminals, they're gonna, they're gonna think, all bad, right? And they denied it. And then he went to the lieutenant of the yard, and then he went to the captain of the yard. We went to the AW. We're just climbing the ladder, and then finally, one of the lieutenants said that he'd sit in on the meeting if we would trust him. And uniform's not the type that we're going to trust, but Lieutenant Brown, D.D. Brown, he was an awesome individual, man. he treated us like human beings. So we took a little consent, and everybody says, yeah, let's go for it. So we had a meeting, just talking, trying to get it together. And then he says, yeah, he goes, let's start this off. He goes, let's start it off like, since we're all former gang members, let's start it off with Gang Members Anonymous. And then I believe it was Sergeant Kleinpotter said, well, why don't we start off with California Gangs Anonymous? And that was like, bingo, let's go with that. So there we were. We had California Gangs Anonymous. That's what we were originally called until 2020. Yes.
Excuse me, they had to call back. It hung up on them.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, every 15 minutes. Unfortunately, we got to do the call every 15 minutes.
Yeah, I don't like those. Man, that used to bug me. Those
No, I got
them calls.
I have to do this every 15 minutes, but I have them on the same time, so they call.
Right.
They call together. I make them hang up and do it together. Sometimes I'm using 3 phones and taking 3 calls.
Wow.
Today, 2. One person can't make it tonight. So I'm just doing 2 tonight.
Thank you for using Global Link. Thank you for using.
Here we go. We're back. Okay. Thank you,
All right.
Jane.
Yeah, no problem. So I was saying in 2020, 2021. No. My man, I'm going way too far out. It was, COVID got me. 2001. Richard came out with this bright ass idea of changing the name, and we didn't want it. We didn't want to change the name. We wanted to keep it California Gangs Anonymous. And then he goes, look around the yard, guys. And here we are again on the yard as always. And we're scanning the yard, and we go, what? He goes, we all have something in common, right? And we, of course, what we had in common is we were all wearing blue. We had that big ass tattoo on our shirt that said CDCR inmate. And then on our pants, we had the one that says CDCR prisoner. So, of course, we had that in common. Another thing we had in common was that we all committed a crime. Another thing we had in common, we all had victims. So we're telling him, what do you want to change it to? And then he goes, think about it. He goes, this is where my heart is and my passion. He goes, I want to open the doors to everybody. And man, we looked at each other and we knew where he was going with this. Everybody knows Mule Creek, and we were like, oh no. And no offense to the sex offenders or anything, but we knew that's what he was heading towards, is opening the doors to them. He goes, I want our doors, CGA doors, to be open to all, limited to none, meaning anybody, any color, any race, any whatever charge, whatever, is welcome to step into a CGA meeting. And we looked like, what the hell? And I told him, I go, Richard, are you serious? I go, man, I despise them people, blah, 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 and I told him, I said, I'm a victim of a sex crime. My 2 youngest ones were molested when I was in Soledad. I go, I have nothing in common with that. So everybody was, sharing what they had to share about it. They're disagreeing with that. And then when he said, when he told us, well, how many victims do you have? And we're like, okay, here we go. Here he comes with this nonsense, right? And we were answering, and where are you going with this, Richard? But he had a way of sharing with us and helping us understand, why we needed to open them doors, right? And he said, if we can change one of them, just one individual, one sex offender, from going out there and reoffending, don't you think we're saving someone's child, someone's daughter, someone's son, someone's grandson, someone? And he goes, think about it, Junior. And I'm like, Richard, I can't, come on, there was a lot of hurt when my kids, when I heard about that, when I found out. And then he goes, yeah, but he goes, that hurt, that pain that you got, he goes, convert that into something that what God would want you to do, man. He goes, help them individuals so they don't go hurt another child. And I go, Richard, man, I was kind of like, come on, man. He like pushed me up against the fence, and he was my sponsor. he was my cell. I mean, so I couldn't wrestle from it. I couldn't get away from it. He was all in. He was on me, and I started understanding. And then he told me, he goes, just think about it. Ponder the thought. All you guys. He goes, scan the yard, talk to them. He goes, some of you guys already talked to them in the other groups, and we're like, yeah, okay, whatever. And one of the things that I had issue with is because he told me leave it in God's hand, and I go, man, I was one, and that's when I was trying to get on earlier, and I heard you guys talking about God and good or direction and all that. That touched home with me because I was one that I was raised Catholic, catechism. As I got older, I started pulling back from it, and then I became a non-believer. The reason why I became a non-believer is because I had issues with God, with whatever God meant to anybody. It meant nothing to me. Why did I feel like that? Is because every time I got in trouble, I cried out to him, and he never answered my prayers. Or when I thought he did answer my prayers and I get released or get bailed out or whatever, right? Because I'd pray to him, oh man, I promise him the world. Oh, I'll never do this again. I'll never use again. I'll never do another crime, blah, blah. But as soon as I get out, I go right back to the same rut. So Richard helped me understand I was using God as my crimey, as my road dog, and when my prayers weren't answered, I took it like he failed me, when in reality I failed him. You know what I mean? So, he helped me understand that. And he told me, he goes, Junior, if you don't believe in a God of your own understanding, something more powerful outside of yourself, he goes, man, I'm your sponsor. He goes, keep your mind open, keep an open mind. He goes, allow my God of my understanding to help me get you to that space, to that spot. And I told him, I said, okay, I will. I will. I'll keep an open mind on that. So yeah, he had me going to church with him every Sunday, and I'm like, oh, here we go, but I became a believer again, and thanks to him, and so when he told me to leave it in God's hand, he was on me about it, about accepting those individuals with those crimes. And he was on several other CGA members about it too, because a lot of people had mixed feelings. But in 2001, I believe it was. No, 2001 is when he says, figure out a name for the group. We're going to change it from California Gangs Anonymous to something else. And it took a minute because none of us could think of anything. And Richard came out one afternoon and he goes, I got it, man. He goes, let's call it Criminals and Gang Members Anonymous. And we looked at him. We were in the chapel, our meeting, our regular CGA Tuesday meeting. We looked at him, we looked at each other, and we said, man, that's a badass name. Hell yeah, let's do it. So we went ahead and we changed it to Criminals and Gang Members Anonymous. And when that was changed, when that door opened, man, it's like we had the whole yard inside the chapel. Every function we had, it was hundreds of individuals involved, So it was a blessing that the way everything played out. And then on top of that, when I kind of went fast, I get excited when I start talking about the evolution of CGA. But when we were going through the troubles and the struggles of getting it approved as they approved it as an ILTAG, inmate leisure time activity group, and when we're going through that, getting it approved, we were getting a lot of flack from it. And then the sergeant lieutenant that became our sponsors of the program, they backed us on it. And then Sacramento threw all of us under investigation because they said we were trying to pull some underhanded shit, and that we wanted to do what the Mexican mafia and the AB and the BGF and all that, or wanted to do is have something legit, but yet use it as a front so we could do some dirty shit underneath, right? And we said, man, just give us the opportunity to show you guys, to prove to you guys that we're not about that. And so it went for about it was like a pilot program, ILTAG, and it went for about a year, and then we got Miss Merritt, which was a CC2 for programs, and she became our sponsor along with the sergeant, the lieutenant, and then we ended up having Chief Deputy Warden get involved. It was so cool because they came back and they said Sacramento headquarters gave you guys their blessings. You guys are fully approved. You guys can go have at it. And from that point on, we blew up. We blew up like crazy, and it was a big blessing, man, a real big blessing. So that's where it began. And like I shared with you, I'm a victim of a sex crime. My two youngest were molested, and through my sponsorship of Richard, after we changed the name to Criminals and Gang Members Anonymous, he sent the two individuals that had multiple victims, child molesters. He sent them to me to ask me to be their sponsor. That pissed me off. I was mad. I went to Richard, kind of cursed him out, and I told him, "What the hell are you doing, man?" And he goes, "You can do it, man." He goes, "Face your challenge." I said, "Oh man, why you do this to me?" But you know what, man? It was a blessing to help them individuals. It was a blessing. I still correspond with one of them.
Mm-hmm.
They're out here doing great, man, doing super great. So it's like,
You got this.
it was touching. If I had to do it over again, go back in there and help them individuals, I would do it. CGA has taught me a lot. The humility, being humble, being compassion, showing compassion towards it's helped me a lot. And when I think of the ones that are left behind, that's why I continue doing what I do out here, because it's a struggle in there. I know it's a struggle. I was the first one that left Mill Creek. I went to CMC and started. I was the first one to leave the founding group. Nobody wanted to go. They wanted to stay around Richard. Of course, who would want to leave? He's the founder. Who would want to leave him? He was my cellie, but I left. I told him, I said, "I'll go." And he goes, "Serious?" And I go, "Yeah." And I went. I started CGA at CMC East. And then I stood there and got it going strong. And then I went to Lancaster, transferred over there, and got it going strong. I was requested by the warden over there, and I went and got it over there. I went to Tehachapi. I got they had one there, but they were messing up. When I got there, I brought it all back together. I mean, I hit a few yards and either rebuilt the program, or I helped implement the program, and that's where I'm at with it. It's what you put into it is what you're gonna get out of it. And my thing is when I was first involved, when I first got involved and keeping it transparent, I was still on the yard. I was saddling the fence. I was still using. But they never Richard never turned his back. None of them turned their back on me. And all they kept doing is, "Hey, Junior, shake it off, man. Dust your effing knees, man, and get up, man. You have it in you. You got a gift, And I was like, nah, I'm good. I go, I'll be at the meeting though. But I never stopped going to the meeting because I knew something in there eventually was going to get me. And I was one of them walking the yard every now and then at the early stages of my recovery. with that PMS. I was struggling with PMS. And it's not post-menstrual syndrome or whatever the heck that shit's called, but it's called our PMS is the poor me syndrome. And that's what I was walking around with, the poor me syndrome. And like what the f, and yeah, and Richard used to tell me, he goes, "Come on, man," and then you get those ones that got the pushback. It wasn't easy. It's still not even out here. It's kind of hard out here too. I just came from a CGA meeting last night. I went to the Beit Teshuva. I was a guest speaker over there last night, and there's 3 youngsters over there that are talking about these effing dropouts and blah blah blah.
Excuse me, they have to call us back
Oh,
again. We did that 15-minute. Lauren, I like that. The PMS, the poor me syndrome. We got to use that. See, Junior taught us something. We're going to use that. Junior, I like that. I like that. I really do.
yeah.
We're going to use that one. And then when you're done that, Vanessa's saying to tell us about Patricia Scotland. When you're done, that's what she's saying.
The bareness. Yeah, when I was in Lancaster, she went to go visit me.
Thank you for using.
Wait a minute. We got Keith we have a message from Keith. 1 second. Is he having issues now? Oh, it won't let him call back. So I have a message from Keith. It won't let me call back. He's going to have to try. It's frozen.
What Keith?
Keith, it was on the Keith Erickson.
Oh, okay.
It does happen. It does happen sometimes with the tablets. Scott, I don't know if you have the problems.
Yep. I'm telling you, I broke like 3 tablets while I was in there. Slammed it across my cell.
Yeah, he can't get back. He said he can't get back on. I just said keep trying. Yep.
That's messed up.
I know. And we've been on since 7 o'clock. We actually did a podcast right before this. So we've been going since 7 o'clock. We did a podcast with an attorney from 7 to 8, and then we came right on to this. So he's a little upset right now. We'll just keep going, and that's what he tells me to do, because he's my co-host every week with this. He sets up everything for me, and we just keep doing it. But he said, "Keep going, Marge. I'll try to get on." So he's frozen right now, but Scott's here with me. We have Scott here.
All right.
So go ahead.
Where was I at with it? I forgot. I said about the poor me syndrome, right?
Yep, the poor me syndrome.
You guys are gonna use that. I mean, yeah. I forgot where I was going, man. What was it that I was saying? And I was going somewhere with it, and I forgot. When I do the CGA things and I do like an introduction or the evolution of CGA, this happens to me because my mind starts racing. I mean, I have so much I have to, I can say.
That's fine. Well, you can pick it up anywhere, or.
But oh, okay. I was talking about that. They never turned their back on me. And I was strolling around the yard with the poor me syndrome attitude and stuff like that. And that made me feel more comfortable and content about the programs, because nobody talked about, each other in CGA. There was no backbiting, none of that. Like other groups, you hear someone, saying something, and next thing you know, you hear it on the yard. No, with CGA, it was like, there was a lot of respect there. A lot of respect. Anyways, understanding the program and learning those steps was something real big. Richard was on me about it, but when when we gathered around after I believe it was right after we changed the name to Criminals and Gang Members Anonymous, and then we got the blessing from headquarters. Um, oh yeah, then we had the people from Sacramento from headquarters come and tour the prison, the yard, and then they sat in on a CGA meeting, and we ended up. I mean, we blew them off. I mean, we blew them away. They couldn't believe the testimonies. They couldn't believe the honesty. They couldn't believe it was, we were straight raw. And about 2 weeks after that, we ended up, they wanted to do, videos on us. And I don't know if do you guys have the videos? You guys have CGA videos?
I don't know. I don't have any.
You don't have? Oh,
No.
wow. Yeah, we're gonna have to hook up. I can send you the videos.
Oh,
We have. Oh man. Yeah, I have the thumb drives with all the videos that we done. Well, there's about three of them, or four of them, and we break down the lifestyle addiction. We break down the 12 steps. Okay. Oh, no, see, I told you, my mind glows.
that's all right.
We have the one with the beliefs. And then we have, I'll say about it, not exaggerating, we have probably like 18 workshops that are tied into the 12 steps, and that domestic violence, anger and stress management, goal setting, life skills, parenting skills, communication skills. We have so many workshops, and I have a lot of material. I got boxes of material out here, but my thing is helping those that don't have anything. It's sad to say that we still don't have a service board out here, but everybody's on junior to. I'm out here now. There's a lot of founding members out here, but they're all doing their own thing. They all got their, with all due respect, they have their own little. They got their lives and they got their little nonprofits themselves. But they're doing this. They're doing the work too. They're doing the work as well. Um, but there's people are on me to get the service board up and running, get CGA going. This coming March 11th, 2026 will be our 30th year that we've been in the making. That we've been going strong, and I announced it last night, and I asked Carrie Newman from Beit Teshuva in LA if he could get the approval for us to have the 30th CGA anniversary there at Beit Teshuva, because it's pretty big. And she goes, "I'll be back." And she took off while I was up there speaking on the stage at the podium. And then she came back and she goes, "We need to do some planning." And I go, "What do you mean?" She goes, "We need to do some planning." I broke down. I got emotional.
Mhm.
And I go, "Okay, we'll do it." So yeah, we're gonna have the 30th anniversary at the Beit Teshuva.
Oh,
Um,
great.
I'll be announcing it. Or someone's gonna make flyers, send flyers. I don't know. So, but yeah, we got some work to do. It's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be in honor of our founder, Richard. Um, I've always said while I was in there that when I get out, that our 25th anniversary, I wanted to get a stadium or an arena or something and have some like a big old 12-step convention, all the 12-step programs, invite them. And that would be an honor to Richard, because he believed in the 12 steps, whether it was AA, NACG, whatever. That was his thing. He was a 12-stepper. And I thought that would have been awesome to, have it in memory of him. But it didn't work out like that on the 25th anniversary. So right now on for the 30th, I'm gonna do my darndest to get get something real strong. But I want to let me see, what else can I touch on for you guys. Do you guys want me to speak on anything? You guys something you guys want to ask me?
Scott, do you have anything? Because, I mean, you know more about it than I do. Is there anything?
No, I would just like to say, it's a privilege to be able to listen to you talk about, the foundations of something that has made such an impact in my life. When I first got here to Jamestown, there was an older gentleman that also was a part of, or like his story was that he was a part of the founding as well, and I watched, whether he was or he wasn't, I watched how much it meant to him, and just the history I've learned about it. I believe he tried his best to hold true to the traditions, as you laid it out there. And he recently got found suitable.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That's really good. What's his name, Scott?
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
His name was Frank Baca.
Yeah, I know him. I know him real good.
Ah.
I know him real good. Frank. Yep.
Yeah. And,
He.
Yeah. So he had he left an enormous footprint on the shore for CGA.
Yeah. That's good, man. Your sponsor. I'm trying to get cleared now to go back into the prisons. I've been working with my parole officer. I discharged January the 12th, 2026. I should be discharging off parole. But what do you call it? I've been talking to the administrative director of paroles because I do all the PAC meetings over here. I go speak at the PAC meetings, and I'm trying to get back into the institutions. I go to the YGC, the Youth Guidance Center, the camp over here in Orange County, and I go to a couple of the churches. I get around. Like I told you, I go to Beit Teshuvah. I used to go to another organization called Prison Way. I haven't been there in a minute. I got to make my presence over there. They've been texting me and emailing me, so I got to go and visit them folks. But I try to stay as active as possible, stay focused. If you want, you guys can get with you either with me or you can get with Vanessa, and I'll make copies of the flash drives I got, and you have your staff sponsor get a hold of us or whatever, and I'll shoot the do you have the videos? Scott?
The videos?
We do not have the videos here.
You don't?
We do not.
They do not.
Nope.
Oh wow, man, you guys need those. Yeah, I can do that. I can send them to you guys. And I have material too that I can. I'm a case manager over here for a nonprofit. I help the formerly incarcerated get trained for the jobs of their liking and get them certified in whatever areas and what have you. But at my job, I can make mass copies of the material I have, and I could help you guys. I mean, I'm here. I'm at your guys' call whenever you guys need something. Let me know.
That would be great because I could be in touch with Scott and then I could reach out to. I have Vanessa's number.
Yeah. Vanessa's my mentor. When I act up, she gets on me. So yeah. So I gotta be careful. I gotta tell her, okay, yes, ma'am. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Wait, go ahead, Scott. I can't. Could you, Scott? I can't hear you. Could you speak up a little? Wait, go ahead.
Is that better?
Better, much better.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll get Junior's contact information, and I'll have the CRM here reach out directly to him and get, like videos or whatever. That would be great for these guys here.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I have some material that you guys, yeah. I have all the workshops that we've done, the CGA has done. I have all the reading, the pamphlets, I have everything. I have everything. I have facilitator manuals, so you guys can, conduct the meeting and the way they're supposed to be conducted. It's I got a lot of stuff that, it would be like very helpful for you guys to have.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you too. Your name's what? Marge?
Marge, yes. Marge.
Yeah. If you need it, you need them. I mean, I can send them to you, Marge, and you can send them out, or however you guys want to do it.
And in the chat, there's a question. It says, for CGA, is it only for people who have been in prison?
No.
No. Okay, Jamie, there you go. That's Keith's wife, Jamie. That is Keith's wife in the chat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's his wife. Okay.
No.
So no, Jamie. And here goes. This is Scott's calling back.
There's
This is Global Link. You have a prepaid call.
So I could reach out to Vanessa. I have her. In fact, I'm going to be talking to her this weekend.
The Sierra Conservation Center.
okay.
California.
So should I just reach out to her and ask her to mention it to you?
You will not be charged.
Yeah, that or get my information from her, however you want to do it.
All right.
Link.
Okay, we could do that.
Yeah.
All right.
However you want to do it. I mean, I'm open.
Absolutely. Yeah, that would be great. That would be so helpful.
Yeah, you guys would look at the material and say, "Wow, a lot of the stuff that a lot of the material." When Richard and I were sellies, I used to just sit there, I mean, sometimes all day just writing away, and then at night I'll be just writing and writing and writing. What are you doing, Junior? I'm doing a topic for next week's meeting or whatever. And I have a lot of topics. Different topics for different issues that we go through in there, out here. It's just stuff that that touches home for those that are incarcerated, even for those that are out here. I've used the topics out here, and the people are like, man, this is some nice stuff right this is good right here. And depending on what the topic is, I tell you, that was mine. That if you look down in the lower left-hand corner, if you see CGA / small caps LC, that's me, because those are my initials, Librado Clemena.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, so a lot of the material, you see the LC on it, that I wrote it myself.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm here at your guys' disposal. However you guys want to use me.
And we do these lives every Friday night at 8:30. We're here every Friday at 8:30 doing this live.
So how do I? I mean, I had issues. Vanessa told me, "Hold on, Junior. Hold on. We'll get there. Just hold on. Hang tight." But I get frustrated.
The reason we had trouble in the beginning is because your account was private, so my mod couldn't get you up here. We couldn't send you the invite because you're private.
Right.
Hey, Jill. Yeah, because you're private. We couldn't get you up here. But she handled it. But I can invite you next. I think I was able to. Now, the account is open. So she said your account's open now. You're good.
Yeah, she made me open it.
Okay.
And then she told me, Marge, you better not close it. Nah, she didn't say that.
She got you. That's right. She got you. Well, yeah, and I can get your information from her. I'll get your information from her.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Any help that I can be, just call on me.
Oh, that would be great. I know Keith just messaged me, and he's like, just let him know it was an honor. Like, Keith is on cloud 9 that he had the opportunity to hear from you.
That's cool.
He's so upset that he can't call back. Like, Keith always closes it out with me when we're finishing up, but he was hoping to get back on, but for some reason they're having so much trouble with the tablets. Like they're waiting for new ones, but I don't know
Yeah,
when. I don't know
yeah,
when.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's something else. You know, there's something too. Scott's still on the phone.
Yeah, Scott's here.
Oh, there's something that I've always shared, and when I do big meetings or whatever, I you know, with like I told you guys earlier, it's going on 30 years since we've been going strong, and I always put this out there, and Scott probably be able to use this in the group meetings there. Um, I always tell him who woke up at 5 o'clock this morning, or who woke up at between 5 and 6 o'clock this morning, and you'll see let me see a show of hands. You see the majority of them will put their hands, raise their hands, and you say, all right. They go, how many years experience do you have of, how many years of recovery do you have under your belt? You'll see some guys will say 10, 4, 5 months, 10 years, 5 years, whatever, right? And then I go, how many do you think I have? And they say, well, you got like 20 something years. And I go, nah, I might have that many years of knowledge in the CGA 12 steps, in the CGA 12 step recovery process. I go, but if you woke up between 5 and 6 this morning, you and I have the same amount of recovery today, and I have no more than you. So don't put me up there because I'm one of the founding fathers. Don't put me up there on a pedestal. It's not about that. It's about me sharing this work with you guys. That's it. I never try to get my head, I've never been the one to try to boast about, oh, I'm this, I'm that, or I did this. I never do that. I don't try to make people feel lower than myself or whatever. We're you and I, or me and them, we're eye to eye, and I keep it like that. Even when I'm out, even out here, I do it all the time out here. I tell people, I go, you know what? We have the same amount of recovery today, homie. Don't trip. And they like, wow, and I go, no, don't say wow. Accept it, because it's the truth. You know what I mean? You woke up at 5, I woke up at 5. Okay, yesterday was yesterday. Today let's worry about today. Let's not worry about tomorrow. Let's worry about today. Let's stay clean and sober today. Let's work the steps today, and let's keep pushing forward. Remember, if you struggle with the and like I was saying earlier, you struggle with God or anything, the spiritual aspect of whatever. Like I believe it was Scott, might have been Keith. What they said about the good orderly direction. Richard used to tell me that all the time. He would just follow that on a daily basis. Good orderly direction. That's all you have to do. You could believe in whatever you want to believe in. It doesn't matter. If you don't believe in a God, just believe in good orderly direction and follow that. And that's what I did until I got back into the spiritual aspect of the steps and the church.
Right.
And that helped me. It helped me. It helped me become the person I am today. And I share that with my family. I share that with my friends. I share that at work. And I'm a firm believer in it. Now I am. You know what I mean?
Right. Absolutely.
But yeah.
Yeah. Anyone have any questions for Junior? I think we're good. Scott, anything? Or is that
No, I could probably sit and talk to him for hours and hours, but
right?
just one thing or another, man. But so I want to touch on one thing that he was saying, because it's kind of still to this day a little bit of a touchy subject, where we some places are more or less inclusive of anybody who wants to enter a meeting and work their way towards recovery. And I was not that long ago still a little judgmental, even though I would try and keep my reservations to myself. There's still a large presence that lives in my head that is a part of who I used to be, and And believe me, he judges me harder than he judges everybody else. But he judges everybody else too.
Yeah.
And this thing helped me with that coming to that place of enlightenment that Junior was talking about Richard having, and that is, so I used to, up until not that long ago, even in my recovery, even after I'd stopped using and drinking and like actively promote gang activity, commit crimes, I still took pride in the fact that most of my victims were on this side of the trace line. And
Right.
I never hurt a woman, and I never hurt a child, and I looked down on people that did that. And,
Right. Right.
Those things, and then one day I was sitting in a group, and much like Junior, my sponsor, used to work on me about getting rid of my reservations, getting rid of my judgments, and it occurred to me that that's just not true, man. Like I told myself all the years story to make myself feel bitter about being a crook. That I never hurt no women and I never hurt no kids, but I hurt my mother and I hurt my sister and I hurt my nieces and my nephews. And I hurt my son, and all of my victims had mothers, and a lot of them had wives or girlfriends or children. And so to say that I never hurt no woman and I never hurt no kids is a lie.
Right. Right.
I told myself to make myself feel better about about the things I was doing. And I'm not gonna lie, it's still difficult. It's a lot easier when someone comes to me looking for some help to change. But like there's people in prison ain't always looking for that. There's people in here that are still active in their addictions, and it's harder for me when it's someone that I don't believe is trying to get help. But another thing that I tell myself today is I would rather be uncomfortable and assist somebody that is trying to get help, rather than help create an environment where those people can't get no help, and then they go back out in the community and potentially hurt my mother or my nieces or somebody else.
Right.
So
one thing that in
irrelevant.
commenting on what you just shared, Scott, is that reflect on the CGA prayer. In our prayer, it says, allow people to be people and leave the judgment left for you alone, right? And that always stuck out to me. And that was because Richard always, would cite that to me. He'd say, man, listen to this, Junior. He goes, we're nobody to judge other people, and allow them to be them, but allow them that opportunity too. Give them that space to grow, give them that space to heal. And I go, how can they heal from what they hurt? They hurt. My kids were hurt, Richard. And then he goes, yeah. He goes, but it's a process, dude. It's a process, dude. He kept telling me that. He goes, just, read the prayer over and over, and I used to sit in the cell and read that prayer. And that our prayer is strong. The words, if you listen to it, it's strong. That prayer is for us. It is for the criminal and or gang member, and I always I look at I read it, I cite it, I know it by heart too, and I'm like, man, that's the thing that that's the thing. Like I said earlier, that CGA as a whole is the one that saved me, and I feel blessed. I'm grateful for it. I'm grateful that I knew Richard when he was active. We were both in the same bullshit, you know what I mean? And I heard he was dead until I got to Mill Creek, and when he walked up to me, I thought it was a ghost coming towards me. I didn't know it was him, and then when they said, hey, that's Maton, I looked, I go, hell nah. And I go, he's dead. They go, nah, that's him in the flesh. And I looked, I go, oh, wow. But from that day, I mean, everything was 12 step this, 12 step that. And I was like, man, come on, how's this 12 steps going to help me, until I really got to, understand, understand them, and then learned how to apply them and then, and live them, you know what I mean? And it's not hard. It just, like I said earlier, it just, it's as hard as you make it, the work is it's tremendous work, and it's an amazing outcome. You know what I mean? Um, you already know about the ego edging God out. I try not to do that. I keep God at the forefront of anything and everything that I do. And I don't play with them. I don't promise him and joke with them and lie to him or whatever. When I cry out to him or whatever. But I try to. I shouldn't. I don't like using the word try. I keep it transparent. You ask me anything, I'm gonna tell. I'll be truthful with you. I'll be honest. You know what I mean? Um,
You have 6
out
seconds
here,
remaining.
pardon me.
Oh no, that was just a recording saying there's
Oh,
60 seconds, so I'll have to pull back again.
again, again.
Again, every 15
I'm
minutes.
gonna have to. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go this time, Marge.
Oh, really?
It's an honor to meet you, Junior.
Oh, he has to go
Hey,
now.
likewise, Scott.
Okay. Scott, I'll be in touch with you. I'll
Thank
miss.
y'all.
All right. Thank you for
All
joining
right.
us tonight.
Thank you and God bless.
Thank you for having me.
All right. Hang in there. I'll call you. Okay. Yeah, he
Yeah.
most likely because he's with the dog program also. He might have
Oh,
to
okay.
go take the dog out or what have it. But yeah, I'll be in touch with him. I can message him
All right.
and be in touch with him because I have his information now. This is actually the first time I've had him on. I just met him on the phone. We spoke one other time before this. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, so he's new to me too. So I have he's 18 men on the GTL app that I talk to on
Uh-huh.
a regular that I'm in touch with. Doing what I do actually with this. Yeah.
All right. Hey,
That I'm in
and
touch with. Yeah.
I appreciate it. I appreciate that you even got this platform for them. That they got the space to call and
Yeah.
and talk their issues out or get to know one another and share their experiences with each other. That's what it's about.
Exactly. Yeah.
And to be there for each other. It's about the fellowshipping. It's about being strong in your walk, and especially getting the heck out of them places. You know what I mean?
All right. Absolutely. That's
But
why that's why we're charged with change. They were
yeah,
charged with a crime and now
I
it's
was
time to
I
change.
was surprised to I was surprised to see the what do you I was surprised to see the name of the group. I go, Charged with Change, a CGA group. What the heck? I go, okay, all right,
Yeah.
this is a new one.
Well, Keith said you could no go look up the logo, go look up and make a flyer, and I'm like, okay. Like Keith gives me some homework to do.
Yeah.
He's like, find the logo or reach out to Vanessa and have her send it to you. So I just Googled it. I found it on my own, and that's what we did. Yep.
That's good.
Yeah.
How many people actually participate in the meetings?
The meeting, how many people participate in meetings? I actually don't know because like Keith handles all that on his end, so I don't really
Oh, on
know.
his end. Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
that's all on the inside. So basically, I'm just doing this. This is our third week. So you joined last week towards the end. I saw you join, but you were waiting for Vanessa. This is
Yeah.
actually the third time. Yeah, that we did
Oh,
this.
okay.
So Keith, he wanted to hold a 3 week platform doing this. So we
Right.
did 3 weeks of this. Yeah. So I
Oh, that's
think
good.
next week we're probably because Keith has his third book coming out. His book will probably be released this probably by Monday. So next week we might have him do a book reading because he has 2 other books he already did. Usually when
Right.
his book comes out, he reads the book the following week. We're going to see.
Okay. All right.
Oh, we do
That'll
have a
work.
question. We have one more question. What do you like to see happening with with CGA meetings and those who are still incarcerated as far as wait, she has to finish. So what would you like to see happening with the meetings
Um,
for those who are still incarcerated?
being there for one another. Um, you know, if I raw jaw it. It's like if you're part of CGA, especially when you're incarcerated, because it's a big challenge in there. You know, people, the individuals in there, and I'm talking about the prisoners, the inmates, the residents, whatever you want to call them. I know I didn't like to be called an inmate. I didn't like to be called a prisoner, but you know, the human beings that are in there that are part of CGA, be there for one another. You know, stay strong in in their walk. Um, find always seek out a 12-step sponsor, someone that has the CGA experience, and stay focused. Stay focused. The everybody thinks it's hard work. It's not. It's not hard work. It's not. Once you become like true to yourself, and you're transparent, and you're not lying, bullshitting, walking the yard, and talking all the war stories and all that, and you're doing your 12-step work. The work becomes so easy. It's become so easy, and your talk, the verbiage, the language, everything, it changes with your walk. You know, and that's me, myself, wanting to go back in there as a visitor. Um, that's something that I would be, I would be spreading in the prison system, is stay strong in your walk, and work the steps. Don't work them. Don't be BSing it or whatever. It's things happen, and good things happen when God knows you're doing good. You're being honest and truthful, and transparent, and you're doing the work. People will see that positive things start happening in your life. Positive people start crossing your path, and it's just amazing how the recovery stuff works.
Right.
It's cool. I love it. It's cool.
Yeah, absolutely. That's amazing. You're doing good. You did good work, Junior. You really did. Everybody was so excited to see you tonight. Like, they were so excited that you were here, and I know Keith is a little disappointed. I think a lot disappointed he couldn't get back on.
Yeah, it ain't gonna be my last time being on here.
Maybe we could do it
Be.
again. I would love it. Like I said, and we're here every Friday night with a different topic, and we have different people on. I would love to have you back again.
Yeah, most definitely. I know my mentor will be on me. Hello, Junior. We have a CGA meeting. Because she got me last week. I heard that ding ding on my phone, and I go, oh, I got a text. I looked at it and said, Vanessa Roy. I said, oh, Lord, what happened here? Yeah. And then she tells me, she goes, there's a CGA meeting. You need to jump on and this. And I said, oh, heck yeah. I thought it was another group that she and I have attended, right? And I was like, nah. And then when I looked and I seen ChargedWithChange, I said, oh, heck, what's this? Yeah. I go, yeah, I got to check this one out. Yeah. But yeah, it was an honor. It was a blessing. I appreciated it. I thank you guys, and it's not going to be the last time you see me.
Oh, I appreciate that.
It won't.
I'll be in touch. Like I said, I'm in touch with Vanessa now. We talk on the weekends. I absolutely adore Vanessa. So I will get your information, and we'll be in touch. We'll be in touch, Junior.
Yep, most definitely. And all the other viewers that are on here, or that have been on here, or whatever, that can hear me, man, join in on the next ones. You'll see me. I'll be popping in and out, but I'll be there. I'll be there. Don't worry about it. I'll be there.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Junior.
Okay, no problem. You have a good evening, safe weekend, and God bless.
Thank you. You too.
Okay. Bye-bye. Okay. Bye.
Okay. That was amazing. I think that was good. I really enjoyed that. Junior was amazing. Let me get rid of the MargeC up here. Let me leave it up here until we end it because I know that was great, Jamie. Poor Keith. I can't believe he couldn't get back on. It's a shame he couldn't, the tablet isn't working, go figure. But, well, at least he got to hear from him. He got a little bit of it. And when I download it, Jamie, I'll send it to you. So you can always let him hear it. Also, and it was a shame we did the podcast, but I'll be sending you that also. But we did the podcast in the last minute. Allie decided to go live. She live on TikTok. If I would have known, we could have got it sent to you. It was last minute. She did it live, which was great. I didn't know she was doing the live. I was like, oh no, it's like live. But that'll be on. That's going to air next Thursday. That's going to air next Thursday. Oh, you did send it to her? Oh, okay. Oh, all right. Great. I didn't know you got to send it to her because it all happened last minute. All I did was like, Lauren, help. I didn't know we were doing that. I didn't know that. So, yeah, it'll be up, I think, next Thursday. We'll have it as soon as the editor is done with it. So, well, I'm going to end it here. We're going to go over to Favorite It for a little bit because it's been a long day. I feel like I've been live all day. So we're going to go over to Favorite It for a little bit. But everyone, thank you for joining. I appreciate each and every one of you. Everyone have a good night and a safe weekend. And I will talk to everyone on Monday. Bye.